It's almost the end of October and we still gotten zero news about Rell Seas Movie 3. And a lot of you might be asking why I think that Rell Seas Movie 3 should have been released this October, but that's because earlier in August, they said that they're doing a lot of testing during September, and they can only know if they'll be able to release Rell Seas in 2025 by the end of September. So, by that logic, we should have some news if they know if they can release it this year, because it's been almost an entire month since the end of September. And yet we still have no news whether Rell Seas will actually release in 2025. And we were supposed to get the release date in Movie 3, but we also have no news about Movie 3 either. So I'm highly doubtful that Rell Seas will release in 2025. But Movie 3 is almost guaranteed to release this year. So here are 10 questions that we need answered in Movie 3 for Rell Seas to have a successful launch. Now the first question is actually something I've been thinking about a lot recently, right? How will dying work in Rell Seas? A lot of Roblox games, you die and then you just respawn. There's no detriment to it, right? Think of Blox Fruits. You just die and then you respawn. Maybe you lose some bounty, right? Or other Roblox games might make it so it's permadeath and you have to restart all the way. Now, Rell Seas would be dumb if they did permadeath. But I also feel like there should be some stakes to dying, right? Maybe you lose some Relly. Relly is the name of the currency in Rell Seas, by the way. You lose Relly if you die. Like, you could also drop important items that you're not, storing in your ship or something. Like, if you're carrying a devil fruit and someone kills you, you could drop that. I feel like if Rell Seas wants to be successful, they shouldn't make it so dying has no impact, but they should also make it so it's not permadeath or dying has too big of an impact. Now, the second question is also a very big question. It's, how will progression work in Rell Seas? They said a lot of different things over the years. First they said there's no levels, then they said there's levels for certain things, then there's no levels again, but then you have levels for the, skills you have, and they haven't really fully explained how the progression system will work, in depth yet, right? So hopefully in Movie 3 they'll talk about the level system, and, how fully, because we know it's not going to be a bandit beater, but our latest news says there is, actual levels, but how will those levels work and how will it set it apart from other Roblox games? So that's also another question we need answered. Another thing they need to address is how will the factions differ? I can assume that Marines will, be different because they work under the world government and they're trying to take down pirates, but can they do the same things that pirates can do, just they're a different faction, or do they have rules and if you break the rules, you're no longer a Marine? How will crew battles work for people that are Marines or revolutionaries, right? Because crew battles, you just fight with your crew. You join your crew and you fight. But how will that work for Marines or revolutionaries? They just put with random people? Now, as I'm making this video, it kind of feels like I'm asking for a lot. 10 different questions we need answered in Rell Seas Movie 3. But I feel like these are all very valid questions that we need answered before the game releases. Our fourth question, we need basically a Devil Fruit showcase, right? I don't want them to spoil all the devil fruits and all their moves, right? But I feel like we need to at least know which devil fruits will be on release. Obviously we know that Dragon, Gravity, Rubber is going to be on release, but will other things like the Yamato fruit be on release? We don't really know that. So I feel like them giving us a list of all the fruits that will be on release will actually drive a lot of hype to the game again. Now, along with the list of fruits that will be on release, I feel like we need to see more of the Haki system in the posters, because they have definitely added some or reworked some of the posters since we last seen them. So them giving us an updated list will make it a lot easier for people that are already making their builds or seeing what types of builds they want to make in the game. They'll make it a lot easier for them to decide. Now, of course, we need a release date, right? They already said that the public release date will be in Movie 3. And I feel like even if the release date is 2026, right? If we get it before 2025, if we get the release date before 2025, that will bring back a lot of hype. Let's say Rell Seas release date is February or January 2026. At least we'll know when to expect the game. This will be the official release date. And if they go back on that release date, that would just be crazy. One of the main reasons we haven't got Movie 3 yet is because they have to pick a definitive release date. Because once Movie 3 goes live, that's the release date everyone's going to know, and that's going to be the release date that they need to release the game on, right? So honestly, that's probably one of the reasons we haven't got Movie 3 yet. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm worried that we're not going to get a 2025 release. But at least if we have a release date, we'll have a day to wait for. Now, another big factor of the game that we need answered is how will races affect the gameplay? Like, what benefits, buffs, or downsides will each race have? Because keep in mind, this is something that you're going to pick at the beginning of your character slot. So before you can even get into the world and like do the tutorial, you still pick your race and customize your character. So how will these different races affect gameplay? Like, we know that minks will have a special transformation when they're looking at the full moon, right? But how will fishmen or skypeans work? What will set them apart? This is actually a very important thing that we need answered before you can even play the game, because this will affect how you make your character. Now, question number 8 actually kind of falls under the same thing that the factions one did, and it's something we need to know. Like, how will the crews work in Rell Seas, right? They already said, like, the captain of the crew can, like, customize it however you want. You can give people certain ranks or certain roles in the crew. But, like, one question I have about that is exactly how will that work? And once again, if you're a Marine or Revolutionary, you just can't have your own crew. Like, this thing, like, I've been thinking about, like, having a way to make Marines have, like, their own divisions or, like, platoons, right? That could be actually very interesting. And, like, you don't want like a recruit to have their own platoon or / Marine crew, right? So they could make it so you have to be certain, like, you have to be high enough rank in the Marines, and then you can make your own little subdivision, and that's how you can do crew battles with Marines. You could even do the same thing for Revolutionaries. Now, question number 9, I feel like we don't really need to answer it as much as the other questions on this list, right? But it's, how will the game passes work, right? They already said that game passes will only be cosmetic, so you can't just buy your way to better progression or a stronger weapon. But I do want some examples of some cosmetic game passes that they're going to be selling. Like, will the color of your Haki be one of these game passes? Like, can you only choose, like, certain color Hakis if you buy the game pass? Because me personally, I would buy it. Like, if it's choosing, like, certain color Hakis, like, I can customize all the colors on my armor, then those are some good cosmetic game passes I might buy. But yeah, like I said, we don't really need that one answered. So, maybe it's probably not even going to be discussed if I'm being honest. And then finally, number 10. The last thing that we need in Rell Seas Movie 3 is what you guys are going to put down in the comments. Make sure to comment down below what you guys want to see in Rell Seas Movie 3. Yes, this is the corny way of me asking for comments. No, but seriously, like, you guys, like, I actually like reading some of your guys' comments because I'll be thinking of stuff and then I post the video and then I read the comments. I'm like, wait, how did I not think about that? I have my own theories and I read the comments like, oh my goodness, I feel so dumb. Like, this person just is way more locked than me. Like, how did they even think about that? Like, there's probably a lot of questions I missed or like things that are more important than the questions in this video and I'm just not even thinking about them. So comment down below like some of the things you need answered in Rell Seas Movie 3. And like and subscribe, it helped me out a lot.
Hey Trad.
Yo, Phoenix, what are you talking about?
You hit 1K on YouTube.
I hit 1K? Yo, thank you all for the support, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.